You'll buzz the door. You'll see through your monitors that he will get up from the table after having a few bites of his cereal. He walks over and he opens the door. He, by the way, is still in his he's still in his Elcor PJs and
Awesome.
slippers. Yes. Who's at the door?
Me. With
Red
Arcara at
Elias,
least. Yeah, oh, Red
Red
Elias is at the door.
Elias,
Red Elias is
and
at the door.
Arcara, and
Yep.
Sink and Sepia and
Ooh.
Otto are where?
Maybe around the
Taking-
corner, like
Okay.
yeah, like down like
Lurking
around
out
the
of
corner of
sight.
the hall or something.
Yeah.
He's with great surprise. Elias, what are you doing here this so early in the morning at my apartment?
I pushed straight past him. Orpheus, darling, I just thought it might be worth us chatting about our little arrangement a bit further. Oh, you've met Arcara, haven't you? She was there last night.
With great regard, yes. She did a great job protecting you last night from that sniper rifle, Volus.
Yes, I want to talk about that. Who's been leaking our little secrets out to the Friends of the Galaxy? Who are these Friends of the Galaxy? Last I heard, they were doing something about synthetics.
With
Nice.
great concern, I have no idea, Elias. We have been getting threats from the FOTG telling them that they know our secret and will want to shut down our facility as soon as possible. I assure you, though, that precautions have been made and we have made it a point to fish out the rest of the FOTG so that everything can run smoothly and that your concert is as perfect as you want it to be each night.
Including the lack of snipers on the catwalks.
With great regret, he looks down. That is why we hired the finest bodyguards for you, just in case some people slip through the cracks. He nods over at Arcara.
Well, yes, but the point is there shouldn't be cracks in the first place here, Orpheus.
Orpheus bows his head. With great regret, I am very sorry, Mr. Elias. I will talk to the rest of the employees about making sure that none of these leaks happen again.
And how are we going on increasing our supply of audium?
He says, with surprisingly, I thought you said you did not want to know such details, Elias.
Well,
You
I
said-
didn't want to know such details until someone decided it might be fun to shoot me from a catwalk with a sniper rifle, darling.
Apologetically. He looks around to make sure that nobody else is down the hallway, and he shuts the door. Can we speak privately? He says, looking towards the bodyguard.
We don't pay her for silence?
Do you wish for her to know something that might be extremely classified?
I have honor in my job, sir. I don't go spill the beans of my clients. Thank you very much.
He looks back towards Elias when she says that.
Keep her on the payroll.
Apologetically, of course. I am about to tell you is the source of the drug. We extract the essence used to process the audium from rachni.
I see.
You can see why this information should be classified. We do not want any of the authorities to know, lest it gets traced back to myself or you for that matter.
Right.
I don't know how the FOTG found out, but they have not seemed to have found our facility yet.
I want the FOTG found, and I want their moles removed from our organization. Well, your organization.
Of course. Yes. Right away, Mr. Elias.
Good. Get on that then. I trust we've got enough for this evening.
Absolutely. We just made another 10 dozen bottles last night. Your concert will go without a hitch, assuredly.
Good. I'll hold you to that. Let's go, Akara.
Yes, sir.
You guys leave. Poor Orpheus, as he's about to get ready to go to work.
Yeah.
And we've now got that on tape by the drone.
Yes, you do.
Full confession.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
We'll
What
just
happened?
we will just edit out the Akara bits.
Right.
And that little file is going to be winging its way over to the police.
I think that before you guys went to the apartment, I think Otto is probably gonna turn in for the night because
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
had a long day. He's got a very long day, so he's exhausted.
Mhm.
However, you do get a call on your way back to the ship, Sink.
Alrighty, I'll answer it.
Hey, it's me, Trissy.
Hey, what's up? Everything okay?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. So, Otto's family just called him because they wanted to have lunch with us. And I thought it would be nice if we could have lunch with them together instead of just me and Otto by ourselves. As in the entire group. Are you guys busy this afternoon for lunch?
I'll put the phone on hold and look at everyone else. Like, Trissy wants to have lunch with Otto's family.
Well, that's wait, once? Did you say once? Because I didn't think there was a once in there.
Okay. That sounds odd, but
Yeah, why does she want to do that? Aside from keeping up appearances, and why would she tell you? Oh no, got it. Never mind.
you should know that one now.
Yeah, sorry. It's been a long night.
Yeah, it has been a long night.
I think that Meridy wants to do Operation Let's Cut Otto
Operation
Loose.
Apron. I think that's what we're calling it, isn't it? Operation Apron Strings.
Was that Elias saying that?
Yeah, that was Elias.
Yes, fine. Operation Apron Strings, sure.
All right. Well, sure. I mean, if no one else wants to go, I'll go for sure. So we can get this done, I guess.
Let me get a few hours of shut-eye and I'm in.
Yeah, you have time to sleep.
I'm
Yeah,
game.
we'll sleep for a few hours though. We've kind of been up most of the night, but
And then we can watch all the news explosions. This should be amazing.
This is going to be interesting.
You guys will end up going to Otto's house. Now, Otto's family is very well off. They have a very
Guest house.
large estate, so to speak, and which is, I wouldn't say it's outlandish because Elcor generally are not outlandish type people. They're pretty humble, but I'm just gonna say that they're comfortable. They are very well
It's
off.
tasteful luxury.
Tasteful luxury. And you guys will come in. They will greet you graciously. The dining table will be all laid out, and Meridi is already going to be there because she has decorated the place herself for the engagement party.
oh god,
Oh god.
Question.
I'm gonna crash.
Did Otto ever tell his family one about universe hopping, and did they actually ever get my name?
I don't think he'd ever told them.
Okay, good.
So you guys are having lunch.
Mhm.
They have a housekeeper. They don't call him a butler. They call him a housekeeper. And the housekeeper is helping to serve some of the food, and the mom says, with great joy, how did you all see the concert last night? Oh, our Whimser was such a hilarious little Elcor, and Elias, my goodness, the music. Ah, I still can. I never thought that I would ever hear. She'll give off a song of a Solarian, from a Solarian artist. I never thought I would hear such a song remixed in such an extraordinarily artistic.
It was all right. I did like the comedy.
While this is happening, Meridi whispers over to Sesepia. She whispers over to and Elias. So, you guys know the plan, right? Do either of you want to let slip out that, Trissy might be a little unfaithful? Maybe.
I'm gonna look and be like,
She looks. Well, all right. She looks at Sink. If they're not gonna do it, how are we supposed to snip off the apron strings? I figure it would be best to just rip them off like a bandage.
well, I guess there's.
Find the opportunity.
On a completely random and kind of outlandish suggestion, we could just try the truth.
Oh, but that's no fun, Meridi says.
Yeah, but
I'm always in favor of saying the truth.
it's his family.
Oh.
He's got to live with them eventually, assuming he doesn't jump universes to get away.
He's got a point.
Right.
And quite frankly, if no one else is going to invest in his restaurant, I'm bloody well going to.
He's gonna have his restaurant, that's for sure.
Otto, could you please help me with something in the kitchen, please? With that, Meridi takes Otto aside and takes him into the kitchen. Meanwhile, the television screen next to you starts showing a news bulletin, and once again, Liam Vethaniel Musi is giving breaking news of a factory that was just shut down. It seems like there was there was an operation that was happening here where animals were being tested on in making a drug, and it's being shut down currently. And you can see footage of all of these employees that are being taken out into the vehicles, into the cars, the police cars. Such a shame. With great concern, the female Elcor says, I don't understand what these people are thinking, making all of these unnecessary drugs and narcotics.
Probably with their wallets.
Meridi comes back with Otto, and he says, with great seriousness, mother, father, I wish to say something to you. Earnestly, of course, son, what would you like to say to us? The Krogan says, truthfully,
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Trissy and I are not engaged. I am going to open a restaurant, whether you like it or not. I know that I am a disappointment, but I have to do what I need to do. And at this, the Elcor, female Elcor, says, shockingly, gasp, and then faints. The father stands up angrily. He says, son, what are you saying? After all that we have been through, adopting you and taking care of you just like our own, this is how you treat us. And then Otto says, diffusingly, I am sorry that I am not living up to what you want for me, Father, but this restaurant dream is very important to me, and I want to make you happy and proud, but I cannot do that doing something that I hate, or doing something just because you think that it would make me happy. I have to find what is going to make myself happy and fulfilled, and only then, I hope, will I have the best chance to truly make you proud. The female Elcor wakes up from her faint as the teenager Elcor starts to, splash some water on her face. The father turns over to Trissy and says, earnestly, is this true? Trissy says, yeah, I'm afraid it's true. Sorry. We didn't mean to, mess up this lovely lunch that you guys gave for us, but this is something that Otto really strongly believes in, and quite frankly, all of us believe in him too. Isn't that right? She says, turning to everybody.
Definitely.
Well, I think there's
No
going to be
doubt.
squabbles over which universe the restaurant gets opened in, but aside from that...
Pretty much.
Son, with great seriousness, you have given us much to think about. I think, though, for the time being, I would like for you to leave. Otto says, understandingly, of course. Thank you for the wonderful meal, Mother and Father. I will see you around. And with that, Otto will exit out of the door.
I'll
Right.
stand up and follow him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think same here. Yeah.
I think it's time for us to go too.
Yeah.
Meridi will go up to the parents. Well, here's the bill for my services.
Oh.
They can handle it.
They got it. They have the money for
Yeah.
it. Meanwhile, you guys go over to Otto, and he's outside in the front lawn. Graciously, thank you. That hurt very much because they're not completely wrong. My parents did take care of me and raise me as their own. And they do love me, I know that. I think they just don't understand. There is a cultural difference between Elcor and Krogan.
Well, maybe you need to maybe spending some time at your home world will do you some good.
I don't think so. Not yet, anyway.
Well, we
Unless
do still have to drop off some DNA samples to them.
That is true. That is true.
And we also need to ask them what the hell was going on with them in the rachni. And what are they up to?
Yeah. That's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I turn to Otto. You handled that like a champ, though. Well done.
Thank you, he says. And with that, he will go up to you and give you, non-awkwardly, a hug. Non-awkwardly.
I hug him back.
Oh. Oh, Trissy says as she again clutches onto Sync's arm.
I'll
See.
wrap my arm around her shoulder.
Oh. And then, what are you guys doing for the rest of the day before the concert that night? Are you doing anything before the concert that night?
I was going to say, have they arrested Elias yet?
Well, I don't. Have you given them? Did you give them the confession too? I wasn't sure if you gave them the confession as well.
Well, the
Oh,
recording of
Because right
Yeah.
now there's no record. Because Elias completely didn't want to have anything to do with that facility, so they won't find any traces of Elias at that facility unless you give them the
you could
confession.
just be like, I did it.
I thought you were going to broadcast it at the concert.
that's
I mean,
true. We should totally do that. I like this plan.
Just like,
And Alcara's still there as security, so he's not weaseling his way out of this.
Yep.
Well, she was only asked to work that evening, but I think she could probably convince them to let her come back.
yeah,
I don't.
I
she
did such
do
a good
job.
job.
You should totally get backstage again.
I'm sure if you talk to Shias Lazine, she'll be able to set that up for you.
Oh, absolutely. You
Yep.
need to do this.
Especially with how well you did the first night getting the one sniper, dude.
Uh-huh.
Are you gonna contact Shias then,
Yeah.
Arkara?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Friends of the Galaxy, they might try again.
Arkara, darling, I trust that your job last night went without a hitch.
Well, yes and no. There were some Friends of the Galaxy infiltration units and that kind of thing, you know.
Oh yes, I've heard of them.
It seems like my services may be needed for another night or two.
I would say so. I was just flipping through the channels. I noticed quite a bit of activity going down there at Dakuna. Some facility over there seems to be having some issues over there. It must be very exciting where you are.
A little bit. Nothing more than usual, though. Think you could set me up for another night?
Of course. I'm sure that if you did such a stellar job last night, I'm sure I can easily convince them to let you work for another evening. For the same amount, I would think, even. Normally, for a repeated service like that, they might have some diminishing returns. But for you, darling, I will do what I can to make sure you get what is rightfully owed to you.
Perfect. Thank you, dear.
All right. If there's anything else you need, you just call.
I will.
And she hangs up. You're in.
Great. I give you the little thing to plug into the terminal to get me access to all their lovely screens, so I can start broadcasting whatever the hell I want.
Yes.
With Arkara backstage, are you guys going to be sitting in the audience when this is happening?
I think so. That's the best place to be. Absolutely. I want to watch this.
Elias, just a quick question. Do you have earphones? Ear plugs as well, at least during the
Yeah.
actual...
Yeah.
That
We can make them if anyone wants them. Absolutely. Alternatively, we can also just pipe in other music.
With this, Whimser is backstage once again, and Arkara, you see Elias backstage, and he seems nervous. A lot more nervous than usual. You may not know exactly why he seems nervous. Elias goes over to Whimser, and he says, "All right, Whimser, 10 minutes today." Whimser says, surprisingly, 10 minutes, Elias. That's very hard to do with my act. It sort of requires at least 15. He says, "Whimser, I'm not in the mood right now. 10 minutes is what you get.
Yes.
Take it or leave it." Whimser says, "Obediently, yes, Mr. Elias, I will make my act 10 minutes long." Perfect. All right.
I'm going to send an anonymous message to the police, just for fun.
Okay.
Saying, yes, for more on the, audium?
Yeah.
More on the audium case will be revealed at Elias's concert tonight. Anonymous tip.
Yes, sir.
Arkara, he says, "I have to speak to you in private, my dear. Now listen, I am hiring you once again because you did such a great job yesterday, and I have a very special job for you.
What is it?
For double your pay. Under no circumstances, if anything were to happen in this concert, I'm not just talking about anyone who's trying to snipe me up under the rafters again. if anyone tries to come and take me away, even if they happen to be from the legal department, you need to make sure that I get out unscathed.
I'll
Double
do my
your
best.
pay.
Yeah, sure. I'll do my best, sir. You're
I'm
the boss.
sure even if the SWAT team itself were to appear, not that I am expecting such a thing, but if they were hypothetically to appear, I need to make sure that you have my back.
Of course, sir. As I said, you're the boss.
Do you need to roll out of character? Do you need to roll a con for that, or are you being truthful?
Well,
I
she can be
probably need to
completely
roll a
truthful.
con.
No,
Yeah,
you
roll a
don't,
con
because,
for that.
No, you don't, because you hear me and you're going, you'll note he didn't actually say that he had to get out, not arrested, right?
Well, of course. Yeah, okay.
You can be completely truthful and say absolutely.
Well, roll a con. Roll a con. I want to make sure that you're playing as smoothly as possible.
26.
Yep. Okay, you convince him.
I hope you've got the multi-cups backstage, yeah?
Yep.
You might need
Whimser
them
gets
for
up
him.
on stage. Whimser seems a little bit off because, again, asking someone that last minute, because it was like like 5 minutes before his showtime, telling him that last minute that he has to cut his act in half. He's a little off. However, he begins to pick up momentum and is able to get the crowd laughing just as well as they did yesterday. But once he gets the crowd really going, he only has like a minute and a half left, and he ends up having to stop his act after the 10-minute mark. Then the show begins, and Elias starts his song once again. When does something change in the program, Elias?
Well, that depends on when the external camera feeds tell me that the police are actually in attendance.
Yes, I will say that the police will probably arrive 20 minutes into the concert.
That
20
is
minutes
when
into the actual concert.
that is when all the music stops playing.
And then what happens?
The vocals are still happening. The music has stopped.
Yes.
The pyrotechnics have stopped, and the confession starts playing on the main screen. Not the confession, but the entire barging in and the whole conversation, that starts playing instead.
Elias on stage looks very confused when the music stops. He tries to keep singing, and then, he looks around very confused. And then when the confession starts playing, he turns around, and he's seeing this for the very first time.
Yeah.
So he is shocked. And while the confession is happening, he turns around and says, well, this is all just a practical joke, everybody. Whimser himself thought that it would be funny to prank me. Whimser, that's great. I think he's just getting back at me for shortening his act to 10 minutes, as we had agreed. We had agreed that we would. And at this point, the cops are getting
I cut the microphone feed. So
you cut the microphone feed.
His lips are moving, but we're not hearing anything.
There's a lot of gasps. Several of the girls are beside themselves, saying, "Oh my gosh, is this real? Is this true?" And a lot of commotion as the officers actually go up to Elias and they start to cuff him. Elias is desperately looking around for Arkara. I don't know what Arkara is doing at this moment, but what is she doing when the cops are getting up to arrest
Before
him?
the cops come there, I go out on stage and just put my hands on him so he can't walk anywhere.
No, Arkara. She says, "Thank goodness you're here. You have to save me. Please, you have to save me." And what do you respond to him?
Well, I am.
Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? Triple your pay, quadruple your pay. We can talk. We can make a deal.
I'm walking right now. It's not helping.
No. And the cops start reading him his rights, and Elias is just beside himself. There's mass confusion throughout the entire stage.
Could I drain his bank accounts?
I'm sure you can.
Damn.
Okay.
Meridi is looking towards the rest of the group and says, "Now this is a show," she says. She gets up from her seat and goes, "Woo!"
I contact Elias from within my helmet. can you put the microphone on again?
Absolutely. Microphone goes on.
I pick it up and motion for Mr. Comedian Elker to come out on stage and I'm sorry to cut Elias a little short here, but it seems like he got a bit busy, so I brought in the backup. I hope you're all right with this. Come on out.
Whimser looks very surprised at this, and when you say this, several of the people in the crowd start applauding and cheering. Woo! And Whimser makes his way over to the stage, and he gives you a bow.
I bow back
for you. And then he continues his act. And once he gets into his act, he actually gets on a roll. And for the next 45 minutes, his jokes actually improve. Once he gets into rhythm, you actually think that some of the things he's saying is genuinely funny. And he begins making... he gets the crowd applauding, and everybody has almost half forgotten what has happened with Elias on stage. I mean, people are still texting and posting on social media and all that, but they're still listening to what Whimser is saying, and he puts on a fantastic show. When that is all over, backstage, Whimser goes over to you and says, "Graciously, Miss Arcara, that was the most amazing night of my life."
Well, I think you've made the night for a lot of people, so...
We probably should still return everybody's money, but I have to say, he says, I suddenly feel like I have much more material to work with in the future.
That's good. Inspiration and all that. That's good.
Whimser asks, jokingly, can we do this performance again tomorrow?
I think you can. I have a feeling Elias isn't coming back that soon.
No, it's too bad there isn't a second Elias.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's a good thing.
Oh, there's only one.
There can be only one.
There's an announcement given off in the auditorium informing everyone that everybody's tickets will be returned, the money for their tickets will be returned to them, and they will be refunded for the concert tomorrow. And of course, everybody's completely talking about the scandal that was Elias being arrested for being in cahoots with this drug lord operation. Well done. Well done.
No.
Wait until he finds out he's only got 1 million left in the bank.
Oh man, it's not going anywhere.
Whimser gets a phone call with Arcara there, and at this point Otto is also there to congratulate him. Whimser picks up, "Hello? Oh. Graciously greetings, Mr. Javork. What can I do for you?"
Akara.
You wished?
Akara, stop him right now. No.
Mr. Javork is offering me a deal.
Turn him down. Trust me, turn him
The
down.
thing is that he's not good. Turn him down. Go for someone else.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, trust me on this one.
Apologetically, Mr. Javork, I'm going to think about it. And he clicks.
Well done.
I seriously doubt this version of Jamark didn't know what was going on.
When you guys are finishing up, Liam Vethaniel Musi is going to approach Arcara. Greetings, Arcara.
Why, hello there.
Where is Elias? I'm not talking about that Elias, he says on the stage. I'm talking about your Elias.
My Elias?
Hello. Ooh.
I'm quite sure I'm not.
Okay.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
We need to talk. In fact, the entire group, we need to talk. I think you will find my information very important.
Really now?
He definitely knows something. Maybe we should find out which universe he's from, because I'm sure he's not local.
Let's arrange a meeting then. See what we can figure out, I guess. All right, where do you want to meet up?
Where do you feel most comfortable to meet up? Somewhere privately, of course, so nobody is to hear. Where you pick the place.
All right.
Well, we've just come across a large sum of money. How about we book a room somewhere? Or a building. We can book out a building.
Yeah.
You set that up. I'll give him the location.
Okay. You guys can set up because the concert ended early. You guys will probably meet him at approximately 10 o'clock p.m. He will be there waiting for you. And he's actually going to be having a mug of some sort of hot beverage when you enter into the room, whatever room you had rented out.
Well, there was tea, coffee, and alcohol provided, so why not?
Yes. Elias, he says as you guys go in. I'm assuming, do you want to bring the NPCs with you too, or just the four of you?
I'd suggest we keep it to just the four of us for now.
I'm gonna agree with that.
I'm not comfortable
others.
bringing the others into this at this point.
No.
Okay.
Protect them if we can.
Elias, he says as you enter. So good to see that you are, well,
Considering the alternatives, I suppose that.
not behind bars. I'm assuming that was your doing.
Well, I may have had a small hand in it.
Glad to hear, he says. Please have a seat. I don't want to keep you here longer than you need to, because I know you have a lot of very important business to deal with.
Yes, that is rather the question, isn't it?
I have something to tell you, and I must request of you to keep an open mind. The first thing I'm probably going to say is probably going to be the most uncomfortable thing for me to say, but it's probably the most important thing. Have you guessed who I am?
Well, apart from a universe jumper, I actually hadn't given it much thought until today.
Oh no, I haven't been universe jumping. I assure you I'm from this one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you seem to know about the other universes.
I do. And Rain was quite surprised at how much I knew. Unknowingly, she was the reason why I know as much as I do.
Rain.
Oh, Rain. Yes, of course. Let me start at the beginning. How can I put this lightly? There really is no way to put this lightly. But, my name, you see, it was supposed to be a bit of a joke. I found it funny at the time, but on hindsight, it was probably not the smartest thing to do. He goes over to a pad and he shows his full name, Liam Vethaniel Musi. He presses something. Many of you out of character have already figured this out.
Yep.
If you scramble the letters of Liam Vethaniel Musi, you will get I am the elusive man. I don't know if the characters have figured that out yet. But as soon as the letters I am the elusive man appears, it says, don't get hysterical, he says. I know what this might mean to some of you, but I come here completely at your mercy because I am not what you think I am. Exactly, he says.
Oh, really now?
I'm scanning for Reaper Tech.
I'm just standing by the doorway cracking my knuckles.
I do a scan.
He doesn't have any Reaper Tech. However, he does seem to have some tech implanted in his brain, but it is not Reaper Tech. The thing implanted in his brain seems to be some sort of a receiver.
Wait, are you a clone?
Elias, I figured you'd be able to figure that out.
Well,
Yes,
considering you
kind
cloned
of.
Shepard and a few other people, it's not really a stretch.
I was one of the earlier attempts to clone in Cerberus, yes. You see, Tim, Can I call him Tim? Yes, I can call him Tim since he's no longer around. He has a tendency to be super cautious and want to have some sort of a backup plan. I was supposed to be that backup plan should the original him fail.
Spectacularly.
Yeah, there was a slight problem though. I was not really a perfect clone. Our DNA is not exactly completely the same. Personalities, not exactly completely the same, but that is what hell allowed me to blend in. I, of course, am a lot more social, and let's face it, a lot more handsome than he was. And because of my line of work as a reporter, I am able to slip through and get whatever information that I needed for Cerberus. Not that I enjoyed it, but that is what I was made to do. Of course, now that Cerberus is gone, I am outside of a job, and here I am. Why am I helping you? I guess is what you're probably thinking now.
Well, actually, I was thinking, are you helping, to begin with?
The answer to that question is yes, whether you believe it or not. I am. Why? Because I am not interested in going back to being a Cerberus employee, so to speak. I actually like what I do. I actually like talking to people, meeting people across all races. I get to have the type of entertainment that we just had last night. Why would I ever want to give that up for, I don't know, destroying the world or overthrowing all of the sentient races just because humanity wants to crush all the races down with its very heel? That's not quite as appetizing for me. However, yellow elusive man, who currently is reigning as the president, that was quite a bit of a career bump if there ever was one. I am sure that once he manages to figure out the little Reaper issue with the Purple Galaxy and decides maybe it's time to use this jumping technology to extend his reach to the other galaxies, I'm sure that means that he's probably going to re-enlist the likes of me to watch over his reign on this side as his representative or diplomat, what have you. Nope. No interest. Not at all. That's why I'm helping you, because you need to stop the yellow elusive man, because, let's face it, it'll benefit all of us.
And how
So
exactly?
he didn't have Reaper tech in him. Damn it.
He does not have Reaper tech in him.
That would explain how he was able to use the Crucible.
He did not use the Crucible. Shepard used the Crucible.
Then he's not controlling the Reapers?
I didn't say that.
Right.
Shepard is the only one who can control the Reapers using the Crucible. So why don't you just control the controller?
So he
Because-
brainwashed Shepard?
Well, hang on. My understanding was that once... Sorry, this didn't actually happen where I'm from, but I thought where you're from, I'm going to look at Sync, controlling the Reapers meant destruction of the physical body.
That's yeah.
That probably is true. I don't know completely how that works.
No.
Did he
Let me
recruit Shepard?
guess.
But
First?
brain.
Control chip. Was there a control chip in play in yellow?
There probably was. Out of character, just so you guys understand, the yellow galaxy, just red galaxy, green galaxy, blue galaxy, that's in the game. Purple galaxy, that's in the game because, you know, that's the galaxy that you get if you refuse the Crucible
Harvinger's
Godchild.
Yep.
The yellow galaxy is not a galaxy that I made up. I did not come up with the yellow galaxy. The yellow galaxy is the indoctrination theory galaxy. That is the galaxy that came up from the fans.
Right.
For the whole thing.
Liam Vethaniel Musi will say, Cerberus has been working on finding the technology that could replicate indoctrination. The plan was, since they were able to find out that only Shepard could control the Reapers through the Crucible, They managed to indoctrinate Shepard before he made it to the Crucible. Everything that he believed happened while he was on Earth, entering into the Crucible, and ultimately controlling the Reapers, choosing control, did not actually happen. Well, him choosing control did happen, but the only reason he did that was because he was indoctrinated into doing that by the Elusive Man, and through Shepard as the channel, the Elusive Man is controlling the Reapers. Does that make sense?
Eerily so.
So you're saying you're going to help us, but how exactly are you going to help us?
Well, that information was pretty helpful.
I just gave you some information. What you need to know right now is that you need to stop the Elusive Man, and the way that you can do that is to free Shepard. You free Shepard, you are able to get Elusive Man's control off of the Reapers, and from there you can decide whatever it is that you want to do.
Okay, I have an out-of-character question. I remember when we talked to Rain, he told somebody that he was getting the human Reaper parts back.
He was. Why?
Do we all know that? I want to ask Liam if he
Yeah.
knows.
Well, we know that.
That is Rain's mission. Rain's mission was to acquire all of the Reaper parts because those parts came from a human Reaper, it will allow him to reestablish control on Shepard so that he can continue to control Shepard to control the Reapers. It's not so much that Shepard is losing control of the Reapers, it's just that the Elusive Man is losing control of Shepard.
Oh, okay.
Which is why you should try to free Shepard if you can. Whether he actually is technically alive in the strictest sense, I do not know.
Oh, well, that's okay. I think we've had some experience with not technically alive. Thanks for the info.
I've been talking with Rain as well because I, given my knowledge, at least when I was working begrudgingly for Cerberus, had some intel on the inner workings of Cerberus to help her with that little coup of theirs. Hopefully that will provide them with the much needed information so that we can make things as less messy as possible.
I just don't like the idea of a Cerberus with indoctrination capability in charge of the Citadel.
That is true. I guess you might be able to figure out a way around that. I'm not smart enough to do that, though.
That's okay. Knowing that that's what they're using would be a big help.
Have they told you about the Perseus project?
If by Perseus project you mean the whole idea of recreating the Crucible, then yes.
I think that's what they were trying to do once the Elusive Man is out of the way, because there is the matter of what do we do with the Reapers. You could let Shepard, I guess, continue to control them unless you wanted to come up with a different solution entirely.
Well, there's potentially 3 universes of Reapers that are potentially able to help against the purple universe's Reapers. Potentially. But I think if anyone's going to be reconstructing the Crucible, it might be useful to get help from the people who I don't know, used it in the first place.
That would make sense.
Still going to talk to Reaper in Green.
I would be very curious what the Reapers there would have to say. That's the Synthesis Galaxy, right?
I let my eyes glow. Absolutely.
Of course.
Nice.
I would love to see it someday, but to be quite honest, I don't really have very much interest in jumping galaxies. I kind of like it where I am, firmly planted here.
And so you're just helping all of us so that you can go on about your life reporting, being a journalist?
I am. I'm not sure about the other me's, if they do exist in the other galaxies.
They do.
Oh, well, they probably found out about the plan the same way that I did then.
What? Rain blabbing?
When the Elusive Man was still around, there is an implant in my head that allowed me to communicate with him directly, or at least he could communicate with me directly.
Oh, that's what it does.
Yes. I figured you'd probably run a scan or two before we continued our conversation.
You figured correctly.
At any rate, he says, apparently the elusive man is using this similar technology with Rain in order to communicate with her across galaxies. Whenever Rain opens up a connection with him, or he connects an open connection with her, I am on the exact same frequency as them and can pick up everything that they were saying. That is how I learned about all of these alternate galaxies. They didn't know that I was listening in, and I couldn't respond to them even if I wanted to, because the signal had to be naturally altered in such a way so that it could pierce through the galaxies. So it was only a one-way stream, but enough for me to be awoken rudely in the middle of the night every so often.
That would be kind of disturbing.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Gonna say, it's gonna be a great scoop once everything comes out into the open, though.
Hmm.
The voice is in my head and what they tell me. It's been a wonderful several weeks? Months?
Well, we might be able to shut them up for you.
I would be greatly appreciated. I would rather not go through surgery if possible.
I bring up a scan of the actual head area. Sync recommendations on surgical procedures.
That's quite all right.
Looking at, I'm kind of looking. I don't. There's too high risk of brain damage. It's too far in.
You probably want me to keep this thing until all of this blows over anyway, just in case the elusive man contacts Rain again.
Yes, well, I think that's almost a guarantee.
If you are in the other galaxies, I have no idea if you can trust me in the other galaxies. I'd like to believe you can.
But it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Well,
Things are different.
I think we've all found out that the other versions of us aren't always the people we might have expected.
You could say that.
Actually, I do have one question for you, though.
Go right ahead, Elias.
How
Takes
did
another
he
sup of his
win?
mug. Wait, you're asking him how he won?
No, how Elias won. He's not that
This
good.
Elias?
He's not that good.
No, he's not. Not as good as you, apparently.
Don't tell me Rain
Definitely
was
smarter
worse.
than he is. Rain wasn't worse. Oh no.
Okay.
You can probably put two and two together, Elias.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't surprise me. I'm just a bit surprised that anyone bothered enough to do that.
There's been a lot of rumors. I could never prove anything per se. It would definitely be a fantastic scoop, I'll tell you that, if something actually came out of it. But to be quite honest, I think that spectacle over there was a lot more satisfying.
Yeah. I don't disagree. That was rather satisfying.
So, are we cool? He says as he holds out his hand to shake.
We're cool.
He shakes it firmly. By the way, he says, you're right, I don't think burgundy is your color at all.
It's most definitely not.
Just don't think about trouncing around in an orange suit. That's my gig.
No, I think I'll leave orange to you. I'm quite happy with red.
Fair enough. Good luck, Elias.
You too, Liam.
And he will finish his mug.
Hey,
now you know.
Take some with you. There's enough in that vat to feed an army.
All right, you guys leave if there's nothing else. You guys have anything else that you're going to be doing in Dakuna before you move somewhere else?
No, I think it's Tachanka now to tie up the Friends of the Galaxy end.
So you're
Yes.
going to go straight to Tachanka from there. All right, that's fine. You guys will fly the Endurance over to Tachanka. Sisepia, when you're on the ship, you're going to see Talia, and she's in the common room, and she is, she's, I guess, dancing around, kind of ballerina-like. She almost seems like she's in some sort of a trance, almost. Not necessarily, but she doesn't like even notice you come into the room,
She's
and
in
she's
her
just
own
doing
world.
this dance. She's in her own world, like dancing around. I don't know if you talk to her or you just let her dance
I
and
let her
not do
dance.
anything.
I would let her.
Okay.
Let her.
And Arkara, I'll say that when you're in the common area, you're there as well, and I think Meridi is reading a fashion magazine of some sort. She will say, "This little one just started dancing a few moments ago. I didn't realize how lovely she danced." Um, and when she says that, Talia says, "The music, it's so pretty," she says.
Is there any music currently playing?
Nope, there's no music playing.
That's weird.
What music are you talking about? Meridi asked the little one. And she says, "I don't know. Something that Elias is thinking about."
Are you read his mind?
I guess. Although not really, because what your understanding is, Talia can't read minds. She can only sense what other people can sense, and that
I
includes
deliberately
hearing.
start thinking about blueberries.
You stop, and then Talia stops dancing. Hi, mommy.
Elias,
Are you
did
hungry?
you do something?
Want me to get you something to eat here?
I am hungry, she says,
All right, I'll make.
as she rubs her belly a little bit.
All right, I'll make something real quick.
Okay. Arkara talks to Elias.
I just thought about food instead.
Right, there we go.
I think Elias is hungry too.
Raise an eyebrow.
I'm okay, but thanks for thinking of me.
Talia, what do you think Elias would like to eat?
She says, and she does this with her hand. "What's your favorite food, Mr. Elias?" Me, the game master, is curious what's one of the finer dextro-based food is.
Oh.
So tell us, Elias. Just tell us, Elias.
That's something that we don't actually know. Let me think. What would Elias's favorite food be?
I kind of envisioned that there must be a good assortment of celebrity chef like cooking shows.
There
all
would
about
be.
Cooking with Dextro.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of Koreans tend to have a vegetarian diet now because of the time on the live ships where they didn't have livestock. So a lot of Koreans are practically vegan.
And don't they normally eat liquefied things? Isn't that why they use their straws to eat normally? Is that true?
I don't know. I don't actually know because I know that Tali was able to eat cheese.
That's true. Well, yeah, I'm sure they could eat solid foods, but
yeah,
I envision them eating like
emergency induction port.
vegetarian protein smoothies of some sort. Or
yeah, I can imagine that Elias has probably got quite used to that. Although, admittedly, since he doesn't technically need his helmet, he's probably got used to actually eating other foods.
Gotcha.
Actually, you know what? He actually would probably go for a gumbo. That's probably his favorite food.
Okay, vegetarian gumbo.
History. Yeah.